the effect of developmental speech and language training through music on speech production in children with autism spectrum disorder. And my argument is right here, the one that's highlighting in yellow. It's the results showed that participants in both music and speech training significantly increased their pre to post-test verbal production. Results also indicate that both high and low functions participants improve their speech production after receiving either music or speech training. So that's what my argument is. And right here, the one highlighted in green is part of the method. It's obviously a study that compares the effect of music training and speech training and no training on the verbal production of children with autism spectrum disorder. And then it follows with the rest of the methods, which is down here. So they studied, the study included a total of 51 children who met the diagnostic criteria of ASD. They were recruited from various local treatment facilities to children with ASD. In this study, children who are categorized, I'm not sure how to say that word, agiappropriate and mildly impaired on the CARS were classified as participants on the high functioning level. So basically, the method is stating that from those 51 children, they had to meet a certain criteria in order to participate in this study. And then for my evidence, in the evidence, there's different charts that they showed, which are not coming up on the screen. But if I printed out the documents, these are the charts right here that kind of explain how the study went. And right here it says the investigators took the first part of each phrase and then the left off-diet target word. The corresponding picture was also presented with each target word. So right here it's explaining how the study, what they did in the study. So they would show a song, or they would make the children listen to a song, and they would cut out the last part, the last section of it, and they would have to kind of like fill in the blank, stuff like that. They also use a music therapy technique called developmental speech and language training through music. It's called the DSLM. They use this to address acquisition of the target words. So that was another thing that the children had to do. They had to target a word. They would tell them what word to look for, and they would have to point out in the song or lyrics. And then the findings, which can be found all the way in the bottom, are the analysis further indicated the participants with echolalia achieved a higher score on the post-test than participants without echolalia. So echolalia is this speech impairment, I believe. And then that's one of the first findings. And then the other findings were the results of the present study show that participants in both music and speech training increased their scores on the BPES from pre-test to post-test. This finding suggests that both music and speech training are effective for enhancing speech production, including sematics, phonology, pragmatics, and prosody in children with ASD. So this finding shows how effective music therapy is for improving speech production in children with ASD. And then for implications, it's right here, the one that's highlighting in yellow. And what implications is, it's basically, it just it answers my question, my research question, which is what are the benefits of music therapy on children on the ASD, who have ASD. And then the implications that I highlighted right here were It suggests that children with ASD appear to have an innate ability to perceive music and speech pattern and utilize the same principles of the Gestalt pattern, perceptual organization, and produce speech. The results indicate that children with ASD improve their speech production after receiving a short-term speech language intervention. ASD clearly has language impairments. Children with ASD clearly have language impairments. They may also have an innate ability to perceive and produce speech sounds and may be able to develop some level of functional speech. So it's saying that children with ASD, most of them do tend to have speech impairments, and with the help of music therapy and of course other therapies out there, they are able to gain some sort of they're able to make certain they learn how to make certain words and sounds in order to communicate with people. And that's the end of all of this article. And the way I intend to use this article would be, despite the fact that children with ASD they do have speech impairment, with the help of music therapy, they can improve their speech production. So, that's going to be my argument, saying that, a lot of people who do have children with ASD, they, doctors or people tell them, like, oh, I'm sorry, but your child will never be able to communicate with you. And that's a very hard thing for parents to hear. So it's important to know that there's a therapy such as music therapy to help a child gain that speech, be able to communicate and gain verbal skills again. So this is what was my first article.